Oh, so good motherfucking morning, man. Oh man, what a day yesterday, brother. Sisters, everybody. No, but it was dope, man. I had a going away party for a real good cigar friend. Went to his promotion. He went to school. Now he's getting shipped off, restationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry. Fuck. July 7th, 1999 is when I took off to go to Fort Benning to go to basic training. Holy shit. Yeah, man, we were sitting around smoking, sipping, and just talking about Fort Benning basic training stories, man. A couple other guys in there went to Benning, and we all kind of shared the same stories, even though there was a few years between when another buddy went and when I went. But man, basic training will embark some memories and will etch some memories into your brain, because you just meet just this melting pot of fucking people, just civilians trying to figure out the army way of life and ditch all the civilian shit that we know. And them drill sergeants got a way of pulling all that shit out of you and breaking you. But I remember one buddy, Aleem, was talking about how, because he's 6'5", 6'5", 200 and something pounds, and the drill sergeant, they always try to pick the biggest dude, or they feel like who is the toughest dude and break them first to make an example out of him. And he from Brooklyn or the Bronx. And drill sergeant looked up at him and was like, "Hey man, every time you talk to me, you need to get on your knees." And Aleem said he looked at him and was like, "Man, you out of your fucking mind." So he said, after that altercation, every time the drill sergeant, they would do toe the line. And if you know what toe the line is, you had to have your bunk made, your wall locker had to be dressed. Everything had to be in a very specific order and manner. And he said every time the drill sergeant, from that day on for 9 weeks until towards the end, that drill sergeant would come by looking right in his face and just dismantle his shit, dump his wall locker, fuck his bed up, and then just walk away. Like, what you gonna do about it? But in the end, because he didn't break, he didn't fold, he didn't crack, he didn't break his bearing, he didn't lose his tact, he didn't lose none of that stuff. At the end, the drill sergeant came up to him and was like, "You're gonna be a good one." And he was. He went special ops, airborne, jump master, made sergeant major. So it's instances like that that you can know who gonna be who by the way you react and act in certain situations. So I say all that to say, I did what I did yesterday by airing that person out, that bad customer, that bad apple. Not to be petty. No, not to be petty. I could have well enough left it alone. Like some people like, so you should just, why you just didn't leave that alone? You should have just ignored that shit. Just stay away from Buddy. Nah, fuck that. Because I felt and still feel like if that was me and I had did anything wrong in that whole business, if you want to even call it business, because it was only $50 damn. If I would have done anything remotely close to what he had did, he would have blasted me all over motherfucker. Every social media outlet he has to blast me as a photographer, telling everybody in this city not to work with me based on this. He did this. He said that. He was that. Yeah. So that's why I did it. Also to protect us as photographers too. Because somebody else told me today, man, a photographer do one thing wrong and he blasts it all over the city, but the client can bug you and make this whole transaction as difficult as they possibly can, and the photographer never says nothing and still delivers professionalism, still delivers the work, still delivers it on time, still delivers it the way they wanted it. But at the same time, one little thing goes wrong in that entire transaction and they blast it all over the internet. Now that's photographers struggling to make amends, and you almost got damn near give them work for free because they want to blast you, and you want to make them happy. You want to get that 5-star review, so you bend over backwards again. No, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing it. That young man needs to learn a lesson, and he's very disrespectful. I left it alone after I posted what I posted. And you know, he still came in my comments or still sending me DMs saying I'm airing out public or private conversations and this and that. Call it what you want, man, because you would have done the same thing if you was right. If you was in the right, you would have done the same thing. You would have started sending your own screenshots. You would have came on saying, yeah. So I don't feel bad about it. I don't, not one bit. Not one bit. And I've had photographers even tell me, bro, thank you. Thanks for sharing that, man. Because we all go through it. We've all been there. We've all had that client. But sadly, they have all been on the opposite side of it too, where a client has smeared them, has defamed their name and defamed their character and their business and everything else. And everybody always wants to side with the client as if the photographer was the person in the wrong. And we all know that's not true. There's some toxic ass clients out there who are out there almost heat seeking any photographer that will work with them and give them a shitty experience so they can just say, fuck it, man, here go the pictures, bro, go somewhere. Ma'am, sir, whoever, just take the picture, sir. Just have a nice day. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your business. Who else do you know that may be interested? Right? But when you don't bend, you don't fold. Put some respect on your name. Put some respect on your business. You sleep better at night. So when this joker started sending me more messages, I know he was in his feelings because I aired him out. That's cool. But instead of name calling, defend that I'm lying. If you saying I'm lying, defend it. Show proof that I'm lying. If I'm lying about this entire conversation, I'm 44 years old. You 20 something. What the fuck I got to lie about? Got nothing to lie about. It was $50. I can see if it was a $2,000 transaction, and I'm lying to try to save my. Nah, bro, it was $50 fucking dollars. I put 80 in my tank before I went and got you. You think I'm really bitching about $50, bro? Come on, man. Small business owners, understand the fact that you're not the only one going through it. Air it out. Air it out. Just like, you know, customers will get on these platforms and air out bad altercations or bad transactions with a business. Air them out. I ain't saying be petty, but just let people know that, and I did it to let other small businesses and creators know that it's okay. We all going through it, right? We all going through it. We all going through it. And there's some people saying, you know, man, when you gonna learn? You will never learn, right? You will never have a 100% mistake-free journey to do anything. You're gonna make mistakes. The whole point is to learn from those mistakes, air out those mistakes, be willing to admit you're wrong in those mistakes. And in this situation, my wrong was the fact that, one, I didn't have a contract. I didn't feel like I needed a contract for a collaboration. My wrong was the fact that my gut told me not to even fuck with this person, which is why I left this person alone months ago, almost over a year ago. This is the last time I had any type of conversation or dialogue with this person, because I knew after the second or third collaboration that I was never going to get anything in return from this collaboration, from this person. No referrals, no nothing, right? All this person ever did was take the photo, say dope work, and bounce. Not, Bro, I'm a spread your name. I know a bunch of other models. I know a bunch of other people that's trying to get a portfolio up and running so they can get into some of these agencies. It was never none of that conversation. It was always, can you come get me? I live here. Can you drop me back off? I need a ride over here. Da 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 da. Da. Come on, man. It was never a, so I should have known after the second time to just leave this person alone, which is, that's the hit on me. And I'll take them alone. I take that. It's cool. Never again, though. Never again. So photographers, business owners, entrepreneurs, understand that you are not the only or the first one to go through what you're going through. People that have a more established business, they still going through it, but they may be going through it at a higher level, right? That shit that I just experienced was a very low level business problem. That was one little customer. I could see if it was a $2,000-3,000 transaction that got bots due to whatever. But the name calling, bro, you can kill that shit, man. You want to come in my DMs and call me buy miss something. Let me read this shit real quick. Something stupid as fuck. Young ass motherfuckers, man. Buy miss. I'm gonna read it because I don't want to misquote the young man. Where we at? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Because he started texting a bunch of stuff, man. Talking about cornball. Talking about, oh, now you want to play victim. And I said, I would never give you the pleasure of being an assailant, attacker. I wouldn't even give you that. No, you don't even deserve such compliments to be called such a thing. So for me to be a victim, you would have to be the assailant or the assaulter. That ain't happening, bro. Then he called me a cornball, child, attention seeking. Don't be calling me a young man if you're gonna be acting like a schoolgirl about our private situation. By Miss Child. And when he said that, because I know particular things about this young man, I said, you may want to look at your profile, the outfits, the company you keep, and how you portray yourself on social platforms before you even try to attack my gender, calling me miss any motherfucking thing. Don't let me pull the tape. Be cool, young man. Then he sends me a peace sign. I said, there you go. Smart reply. Have a good day. I know more than I portray, and the streets talk. It's a very small community in the city. I chose to ignore it all and still work with you, even though we have lifestyle misalignments. Just leave me be. And that was the end of that conversation. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. The city too small, the city talk. The city talk without you even having to ask. There's some people that he hang out with that will tell his business, that have told his business without me asking his business. Bro, I saw you work with so-and-so, you know? I didn't know, but I didn't need to know, you know what I mean? I just worked with the young man because he asked for some portfolio shots. I don't need to know all this private business. So, yeah, I just, there are clients that will push those buttons, man. There are clients that'll do that. But a lot of times those are the clients that are looking for a handout, looking for free shit, pimping themselves around the city, working with any photographer that's willing to do the work. And I've looked at photographers' profiles. I like and follow a lot of photographers, not because I really dig their work, but I just want to see who they working with and how they working with them. And when I look at their profiles, they working with some of the same people that hit me up asking to do some collaborative shit. They ain't never trying to pay. They just trying to float their way around and say they work with any photographer in the city that'll do it for free. They ain't trying to pay shit, man. So when they hit me up, I just ask them, how was your situation working with so and so, so and so, so and so, and so and so? How much how much did you pay them? Oh, I didn't pay. We all collab. Well, I think you got enough collaborative work on your profile. So when you're ready to build something a little bit different, because my style is different than everybody else's, uh, then hit me up. I'm ready to work when you are. Never hear back from them. You know what I mean? They not trying to pay nothing, man. So you got to make sure that when you're marketing yourself to the clients that you're looking for. I did this work with this young man not because I wanted the headshots that he wanted, because I had already achieved that look with him in the past. I didn't need more of that. I just picked up a new piece of equipment. I picked up the Leica M6, and I'm shooting film, and I'm shooting with the Voigtlander 35mm Ultron version 2, whatever, 2.f2, whatever, all that specky, techie shit. And I wanted to play around with film. I was trying to get his headshots out the way and get to what I wanted. That's what a collaborative is about. Okay, cool. I knocked out your black and white headshots with these sunglasses that you brought or these glasses that you brought. Now let me get what I need out of this. Right? But then when he started asking for 50-something damn images and all this, and that's when it all unraveled. I was cool with just doing your headshots and a couple little creative things that you came with. But then when you started asking for this, started asking for that, let's do this pose, let's do that. That's when I was like, bro, how you gonna compensate me for my time for all this? And the 50 images you asking for. Yeah, we done here in an hour. But what you don't see is the back end. The fact that I got 5 hours of work, if not more, to get you the images that you're looking for. People think that once you're done with that shoot, all you do is hit an auto button in Lightroom or whatever, and you just spit out these fucking magically delicious, Lucky Charm ass images. And that's just not true. I think a lot of clients need to be schooled on what we do. Your job as a client is done once you go home. Mine ain't. Mine just getting started. I come home, I gotta dump images into Lightroom. Then I gotta cull through all the winks, blinks, blurs. And then once I cull through all that, I gotta get rid of duplicates, if there's any. Because sometimes you take the same shot, depending on how you're shooting. Then you gotta get it down to at least 2 or 3 of the best from each pose, if not more than that per pose, to give the client a body of work to cull through, to pick what they want. And then you gotta put a couple soft edits on some stuff and send it to them to see if that's what the desired look and style they're going for. And if it's not, you gotta go back and tweak that, send it to them again before you do the bulk of it. Because you can do the bulk of it and it not meet the style that they're looking for. Now you're pissed off. You gotta go back and do it all over again. So there's a lot of transactions that go on. And then once they say, yes, that's the style I like, rock with that, then you got to go in and do all those little fucking minute, granular changes and processes and edits that they won't even notice you did. You see that big ass pimple you had on your right side of your face? It ain't there no more. See, remember all that trash that was on the ground and distractions on the ground that was in the background? It ain't there no more. Remember when your button kind of came open? That ain't there no more, right? They don't see all that shit, and that shit takes time to meticulously go in and correct the right way. So yeah, then you got to send them the album for them to pick. Then you got to wait 4 or 5 days, even though they're rushing you. You got to wait 4 or 5 days for them to get that back to you so you can go back and put an album together. Then you got to put it all in a digital album if you produce that to them. I'm not going to just send you 15, 20 images via phone. That's tacky. So I put them in a digital album. And I get their email address. And then I emailed it to them with a PIN number so they can, I do everything the professional right way. Or I try to, outside some of the other stuff, the ankle biter stuff that I still got to clean up. Which is fine. I'll clean it up. like, once again, shitty clients will help you write the most bulletproof contract because they will pull out things that you never thought you needed to protect yourself against. And that I'm learning. Contract gonna look like a damn encyclopedia because you got to put every little thing in there to protect yourself and your business and your work. But I just don't think, I think there's some common sense things, respect things that if I was working with the right people, I shouldn't have to explain. Don't filter my work. Don't take my work and Photoshop it onto some other shit. Don't crop my signature off. Don't remove my signature or my watermark. You shouldn't have to say it. Don't screenshot shit from the album that I send you that you ain't paying for, and then you post the shit on social media like I'm stupid. You didn't pay for that. So yeah, and that's when I realized that I got to put this big ass watermark all over the entire image when I send them the proof or the preview album. And I hate looking at it, so I'm like, fuck. I hate looking at it, so they hate looking at it. But at the same time, that's the only way I can protect my work. Or we meet in public again. Bring the iPad. You sit down, and over coffee, you pick the ones you want. That way I know you ain't screenshotting nothing. But people complain about that because that's more time. Can you just send them to me? They don't want to meet. But yet, once again, for that time, you want to save time. Now I got to spend time to put the watermark over all the images. So once again, it's a lot of little things, business owners, photographers, that you got to protect yourself from. Be aware. Be ready and flexible. But the more you surround yourself with and find the right clients that fit your business model of what you're looking for, the easier your business will run. You go out and you find the wrong clients, and you market yourself to the wrong clients and the cheap clients and the people that don't appreciate your work, you will have a lot of headaches, bumps and bruises. That's why I started marketing more on Facebook. I post on Instagram, but I market on Facebook because that's where the moms are. The daughters and granddaughters are on Instagram. That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for established families, women, men, whoever, that can afford my style of work and won't even blink an eye to pay me the deposit and my money. And bing, bang, boom, the whole transaction is over with. Just that easy, man. So when you find the right client, it'll feel too easy. You'll be like, bro, something ain't right. What's the catch? You made this way too easy. But those are the clients you're looking for, man. So at the end of the day, keep pushing small business owners. Keep pushing creators. Find your clientele. Better yet, market the right way and they'll find you. Love y'all. Peace.